Welcome to the SHEcan2 shop. Tony was asking us the other day about ladders. Tony, the guy that runs this show, you remember him? He's the one behind the camera. Generally speaking, most people have what's called an A-frame ladder. Open it up, looks like an A. You can go up one side, the other side supports you're not supposed to use, but you can buy ladders that have steps on both sides. I don't know where, I haven't really looked for them, but if you find one, let me know. I want one. They're real nice for getting up and working in one spot. You get lots of good height. It's wonderful. Sometimes you can get them with trays that extend out so you can put your paint can and little screwdrivers and stuff on them. But Tony said he was going to be painting a bedroom. So that means he's going to get up on and have to go across where the ceiling and the wall meet and cut in his line and kind of working a long stretch. I said, Tony, get a platform. Same thing within the one step up. I shouldn't say one step, but in the first position, you get yourself up about 2 steps worth of what you would on a regular A-frame ladder. You can raise the legs. Sometimes it's a little cumbersome. You got to just make sure that you get them locked in. Little pin fits right. You hear it click in? Do the same thing on this side. Just like that. They're lightweight, supposedly. I mean, they're on aluminum alloy, so it's not like they're heavy steel. But that one went pretty good. We try to keep them lubed up. There you go. Step for step, you're up 3 steps as tall as you were if you were on your A-frame ladder. Better thing with this, I'm going to be able to work probably 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe, 10 feet worth across. Maybe that's a stretch. But point being, they're really handy. This one cost probably about $70 at a local home supply store, lumber store, one of the big boys. Not bad. We like them. Obviously, keep your fingers out of the places to get caught. We don't usually use this apparatus, but it came with it. It's a tray. Again, kind of cumbersome to operate, and it'll fit in on the edge. Again, little locking pins. So if you wanted to put your paint can on there. But the drawback is that now I've just lost a pretty fair amount of stretch value. We don't usually use this. Actually, I've never used it. Because if I'm painting and I'm standing on this, I prefer to just have my trim bucket with me and work right up with that instead of the cumbersome of it. But regardless, it came with it, package deal. It was all right. So let me show you some real important steps, though, of just making it easy to use. Well, 2 different ladders. Most of us have one of these. If you ever need to ask for a present from somebody, ask for one of these. Whichever ladder you have to maintain. They all have moving parts. And if those moving parts get dust and grime, just crap in them, they're going to be a pain to operate. Even your A-frame ladders. Hear that? That's that hinge. You have 2 choices. WD-40, what we all grew up with, and we were told that, boy, this is the ace of cakes, or whatever the word is. This is the one to use. Or what they call like a dry lubricant, which doesn't make any sense, I understand, but it is. It has a Teflon base to it, so it's going to apply and then create like a real simplified terms, a film of plastic over the two surfaces. Whereas WD-40 is going to apply and then leave a film of oil, which gets sticky and gooey and dust and stuff likes to stick to it. Let me show you real quick. We got a piece of wax paper right here on this side of our page. I'm going to spray WD-40. On this side, I'm going to spray a dry wax lubricant. Give it a minute. Now let's see which one stays and which one just runs and drips. Ta-da! Point being, this is again going to not solidify, but harden to be, like I said, almost like plastic on plastic as compared to a liquid oil on something. So as I said, WD-40 is made primarily to wash dust out, to wash the debris out, away from whatever it is that you're spraying it on. Like I said, if you got a rusty bolt and you need to get it off, get the bolt loosened, come. Trouble's right. There's a WD. Granted, I didn't have as much dust on this side. But it doesn't have as much oil. It's not traveling as much. Use WD-40 when you want to rinse dirt away from something. Use the dry lubricant when what you're trying to do is you're trying to get two joints so that they move together easier. Case in point, back to your ladders. Remember the squeak? All right, a little dry lubricant. And don't do it in the living room on the carpet. Stuff drips all over the place. Work it in. Sometimes you gotta have a little more, that's all right. And don't worry about being shy with it, this stuff's cheap. Okay, maybe this ladder just wants to sing. Who am I to tell it it can't? As long as it opens and closes easier than it did before, that's what we want. There you go. Two different ladders, the same concept of upkeep in the joints for each one of them, even on the rods. Every part that moves. Dry lubricant. So, when Tony gets ready to paint his bedroom, we'll loan him one of our ladders.